What is up, fight fans? It's the Vulture coming at you once again with another main card breakdown. This week we are going over UFC Fight Night Josh Emmett versus Kevin Vallejos. This is a very fun card. I'm very excited to see it, but I'm even more excited to share with you all my knowledge on this main card. Also, earlier in the week, I dropped a little special content on my Instagram and TikTok, so if you haven't seen that yet, by all means, hop over to those channels, check it out. Hopefully it's something that you're interested in. And yeah, without further ado, sit back, relax, and get ready for another Cage Conversation.
Back down on the shit, dog, I don't stand down. Don't say that you love me, but don't know me, keep the scam out. Bitch, I'm so efficient, man, it's tight so I can stand out. Please don't interrupt me, hit this room like where you stand now. I don't ever back down, I'm the shit, dog, I don't stand down. Don't say that you love me, but don't know me, keep the scam out.
Kicking off the main card, we have a heavyweight clash between Victor Petrino and Steven Concrete Asplund. Victor Petrino likes to throw feints. He likes to try to get heavy reactions out of his opponents. We've seen that time and time again from him. He's got a strong and fast jab, and he's a very powerful right hand as well. So both of his hands pack some power, but his jab is slightly faster than his cross. He likes to snap it out there and try to throw his opponent off their game. He is moving up to heavyweight, so expect to see a lot more power. I'm not sure what this jump was. Maybe the weight cut at light heavyweight was too much for him, but maybe this will be a change in his career. We'll see. He has takedown abilities, but he doesn't really like to use them. He's very patient and doesn't like to advance unless he senses a finish, which is not often, but he also has that power, and maybe moving up at heavyweight, we'll see more of that heavy engagement from him. He relies too much on those big shots to get the job done, though. He doesn't really throw technical strikes. He just tends to just throw big bombs and hope for the best. But he's got the gas tank for it. We've seen that in all his fights. He can go the full 15 minutes. So maybe him throwing those power bombs is his way of fighting, and he doesn't feel the need to be technical. But I don't know if that'll work this weekend because he's going up against someone who likes to be technical. Across from him, we've got Steven Concrete Asplund. He's won 4 out of 5 of his last 5 fights. All of those wins by KO. This man has power. He has finishing ability. He listens very well to his coaches. From his amateur days to current days, he listens very well, and that is a great attribute in a fighter. He's got good counters, and he's got good stand-up game. He does struggle when he's on the floor. If you get him on his back, it's fairly easy to keep him there. He might get back up. He might break the clinch. He might get separation. But I've noticed that when he does get taken down, it's very, very hard for him to get up. With that, you can get him down pretty easily. He's not very strong in wrestling defense. He hasn't shown any improvement in that. He does get caught in exchanges, and that's going to be dangerous because Petrino is a bomb thrower. If you're in the pocket with him for too long, he might just throw that one punch that gets you out of there quick. So he's got to be aware of that. Steven Asplund does have quick hands, though. He moves very well, side to side, forward and back. He seems to improve every fight. Aside from his takedown defense, he seems to be someone that's working on his speed, his power, his technical strikes. He's always getting better. He looks like he's someone that gets back in the gym after every win and loss and picks out what he feels he needs to work on, works on it, and you see that in the next fight. So with this one, I'm going to get Asplund by decision. I think he utilizes his stand-up game very well. I don't see any heavy grappling in this fight. Neither of them are really much of a grappler. This should be a fun fight to watch, but I think Asplund does enough to evade those big bombs from Petrino and piece him up and get out of there with the decision win. Following the heavyweights, we have a featherweight clash for the second fight on this card. This is a fight between Marwan Rahiki versus Harry Houdini Hardwick. Marwan Rahiki, this is his UFC debut. He's 7-0 right now, and all of his wins have been by finish. And this kid has knockout power. He's strong and his hands are very fast, but he's very flat-footed. He's a good counter right, and he has a fast spinning back kicks, but his hands just aren't up where they're supposed to be at any time. With the combination of him being flat-footed and his hands at a lower distance from his face, that's not very good to see. That's going to be kind of hard in this featherweight division, especially as you get higher up in the ranks, because featherweight's a very dangerous decision right now. You got people that are quick, that are fast. Like the main event, for example. You've got Kevin Vallejos and Josh Emmett. your hands are too low against these guys, you're getting put out. There's no question asked about it. He does move his head well, though. I will say that. And he throws a lot of power shots, which can result in him getting gassed. And at this level of competition, you kind of got to be more smart on how to use your gas tank. Also, with that being said, none of his fights have went past the second round. That's not bad, but I mean, if you haven't made it past the second round, you don't have that durable experience. You don't have that conservative energy experience. You're going to gas out pretty quick in all your fights, and moving forward, it might be a huge problem for him. So if he doesn't work on it, I don't see him making very far in this division or in this organization. None of his fights have really been standoutish. Maybe his Contender Series fight, but he got dropped twice in the first round, and I really think he only won because his opponent gassed out. He was throwing heavier strikes but missing them all, and Rahiki countered on everything and was able to get the finish and got his hand raised. He's pretty much your typical flashy fighter. Nothing too crazy about him, at least I don't think. But he's there. He's at that level, so let's see what he performs on Saturday. On the other side of the cage, we've got Harry Hardwick, and this is only his second fight in the UFC. His lost his first time out, so he could be back with a vengeance. He can evade a majority of his strikes coming his way, but only by leaning back and getting his head back. He doesn't really move side to side. It seems like he's still trying to get comfortable with cutting the cage and using the angles to evade strikes. He's got pretty decent boxing combos. He's got quick hands. Power, nothing really special. Haven't really seen anything that stands out to me that screams, knockout potential for him. He is a switch stance fighter. This could be good and troubling for Rahiki. He can switch stances, move a little more freely in both sides, and that could give Rahiki trouble because he can be a more moving target, and moving target is harder to hit. So the more you can move, the better chances you have of not getting hit. He just doesn't check leg kicks at all, and that's a real problem because Rahiki can throw some wild leg kicks. He does take too much damage. A lot of the strikes do tend to land on him, and going against Rahiki, that's going to be a problem because Rahiki's got those fast and hard hands. He could put him out fairly quick. So for this one, give me Rahiki by finish. I don't think Hardwick has anything special to go against Rahiki at this time in his career. He doesn't look any bit of threat towards him. I don't see it going past the second round, and I think Rahiki gets it done quick and early. Up next, we have another featherweight bout between Andre Touchy-Fili and Jose Delgado. Andre Touchy-Fili, a good counter striker, and those counters land hard, and they pack a lot of power. He loves to switch stances, and that makes him very difficult to read, and that makes him more dangerous because he is going to come at you from every angle and every direction. He's fast, but he's very patient. He likes to read his opponents before he makes any big advancements. He tends to follow, though. He tends to follow and chase. He doesn't really cut off angles, so he'll put you on the back foot, but just know that when he's coming after you, he's following you. He's not going to try to trap you in any way, so that's not really anything to be worried about. He does have to be careful, though, when he throws that measured jab. He likes to throw it and let it hang for a little bit. We saw that against Dan Ige, and Dan Ige made him pay. Fili threw the jab out a few times, and he let it hang out there, and Ige picked up on it, caught him with an overhand, and that was lights out. We haven't seen too much of his grappling. I know he tried to take down Costa, and he got caught in a guillotine, and he got put out. Other than that, not much to say for, but we could see a different story on Saturday. Across from him, we've got Jose Delgado. He's got good striking combos, and he's very accurate. He's got knockout power, too. He's also very comfortable with switching stances. So expect a lot of stance switches on Saturday from both of these fighters. He does a very good job at sneaking in a spinning back fist after he misses a high head kick. 95% of the time, if that head kick misses, be ready for a spinning back fist. Because if you're not ready for it and it clips you, it could put you out. He's not the strongest grappling-wise, but I don't think that's much to worry about against Fili. I don't think Fili would engage in any grappling, nor do I see Delgado doing any of the same. I think it'll be a stand-up heavy fight. With that being said, I think he leaves his hands way too low. Although he does have a bit of a karate stance, he needs to put them hands up a little higher, especially against Fili. He's got that speed and that power where it'll catch you at any second, and if you're not ready for it, it could put you out. He seems to slow down after the first round, though. He needs to do a lot better at conserving his energy. I think that's a main part of the game which he lacks, on being able to spend his energy throughout the fight. So for this one, give me Andre Fili. I think it'll be a good stand-up fight. But for Fili to take this one, he's got to work that body early. He's got to take out those legs early. And he has to weather that first round storm, because Delgado loves to pressure and explode hard in the first round. If he can make it past the first round, work that body, and break down those legs, I think Fili does enough to get his hand raised by decision. Alright, up next we have a light heavyweight bout between Ian the Hulk Cutelaba versus Umar C. Cutelaba is a very good striker on the counter. He's got super strong overhand right, beautiful level changes, and phenomenal takedowns. This man's wrestling background is pretty wild. He likes to swing big in the pocket, but that leaves him open to a lot of heavy strikes. With that, he doesn't move his head very well. It might be a problem. He also seems to struggle with any decent striker. All strikes that go straight down the middle tend to land on him, and that's due to him not really moving his head. He's got minimal head movement, so of course he's going to get tagged with those straight down the middle strikes. On the other hand, we've got Umar C. Wrestling is solid, but he might struggle with Cutelaba given that his background is heavily based on the grappling game. C has good grappling IQ, and he can control you on the floor if he gets you there, and he likes to work you into submission pretty quickly. His left hand, though, is a little too low. He's got to be cautious because Cutelaba has that strong overhand right, and if he catches with you with it, he might just put you out. C also can't get overexcited and look for a finish, because Cutelaba will throw that Hail Mary even on the back foot, and that might be enough to get you out of there. He's not the fastest striker, but he does well with using the strikes to set up some grappling. His footwork needs to be better. He goes straight forward or straight back. He doesn't really cut off the cage. He likes to follow, kind of like I said about Fili earlier. It's no real threat if he's coming at you, because you know he won't really go any direction besides at you or away from you. Not too excited for this fight. Maybe just a light heavyweight throw in. Give me Cutelaba regardless. I think he keeps it on the feet, baits C into a brawl and catches him there. If C tries to grapple, I think Cutelaba can defend the majority of it, break his morale in the wrestling game, try to keep him standing, and just land a Hail Mary on him. But yeah, should be a watch, I guess we could say, for this fight, but give me Cutelaba to win on this one. For the co-main event of the night, we have a women's strawweight bout between Amanda Lemos and Jillian the Savage Robertson. Amanda Lemos is a patient fighter, strong strikes, and very good footwork. She has beautiful in and outs between combos, and she has a strong over-under clinch. She's got good sweeps in that position, and she's very hard to take down there as well. If you have her against the cage, she does a very good job